It's loud. Oh.
Is that the wall? The door? Oh, he had the...
So if we do go shower,
I'm gonna, at some point. What?
I don't know, I was gonna say playpen, but I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna find the cat.
Okay. Hello? Good, what's up?
Kitten. Good morning, yogis. What time is it? Oh, we still have some time. Oh, good. Yay. Good morning. Hi, Joe. Feeling sad today for what's going on. I know. Yes. Good morning, Barbara. My hair is like wild. Good morning, Anne. So good to see you again. I'm glad you made it. How are those beautiful basset hounds? I love them. We have a wire hair basset hound, so not as droopy as yours, but love them. Mine's called Fred. So as we gather, as we join this morning, just find your way. If you have blankets or props, blocks, or any towels that you'd like to use to kind of roll up and place under your knees or behind your knees in Shavasana, you might want to grab those and just have them close by. Perfect. Good. Nice. I have a little sip of my coffee. That is good. All right, let's get going. Perfect. Just grab my things. So again, I've been using these towels and rolling them up. They're really nice little props to place under the knees and under the lower back sometimes if you don't have blocks. So just kind of finding what you have around the house, always good. And then as we find our seat today, yes, allowing us to just drop into our bodies, I encourage you to sit up onto, again, one of these props if you need a little elevation in the lower back to help the hips be a little bit more comfortable. So, and just allow yourself to pause here today. Pause before we begin. And just allow yourself to feel, right? Feel everything. These last few months, weeks, days, so much arising, so many thoughts, so many emotions. And just notice what they may be. Notice how you feel, whether it be joy, sadness, grief, anger, whatever it may be. Just notice it. Don't try and crush it. Don't try and push it away. But today's practice, bringing it in. Not trying to change anything, solve anything. Just being with this, these feelings, each your own. And just drop into that. And just feel. Soften into those feelings, right? So you might notice that the breath is really tight into your heart center today. So you can just release some of that, release trying to control anything, and just open up. Soften the belly, right? Same thing. Just let that space, that belly relax. Soften those shoulders down the back of the body, getting some length into the neck. And notice just as you do that, this heart center begins to open. And just breathe into this body. Just begin to observe the breath as it rises and as it falls. Any emotion that comes in and comes out. Just allow that to come, not take you away, not destroy you. Just feel it. And just let the breath come in through this beautiful channel through the center line of your body. And just take the breath, feel the breath into your right chest. And then let it release. And then feel the breath into your left chest. Release. And feel the breath into your right shoulder blade. Release. Into your left shoulder blade. And then place your palms down onto your heart center and just bow into that. And allow the breath to come right there, right into your heart. Just acknowledging feelings, acknowledging emotions, not burying them, but just connecting to them. One more breath here. And then slowly begin to lift your head. And we're going to take these arms, reach them up to the sky, so get that nice stretch into the body, through the waist to the fingertips. Shoulders melt away, down, away from the ears. Take these fingertips, bring them into your neck, light, and just open up that heart. Again, belly button draws in, heart opens, elbows reach slightly behind and down. Breathing in, breathing out. Listen to the breath today. Beautiful, one more breath, just like this. Beautiful, place those right fingertips down onto the earth, left arm reaches up, and then we go over into that nice classic side stretch. Left sit bones melt down into the earth. That left rib cage opens up. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. Now take this top arm, this left arm, reach it up, and then bring it into your lower back, palm facing out here. Lift the belly button in and up, and take the gaze over that left shoulder and open up that heart. Slow today, really slow, really connected. Noticing what arises, not running from it. Sadness, joy, grief, anger. One more breath. And then taking that back arm, sweep it back up to the sky. And then bring that hand, bring it into your heart center again. Take a nice inhale. And then draw the belly in and just bow down a little bit over that right knee. Let the head go. Breathing into the back of the body. Good. One more breath. Lift the belly button in and up. And then slowly top arm comes back up and bottom arm sweeps up. Take a nice inhale. Hands to your heart center as you exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Fingertips into that neck as you exhale. Open up that heart. Inhale. Shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale. Beautiful. 2 breaths. Elbows reach back and down slightly. Nothing forced. Belly drawing in. 1 more breath. Beautiful. From here, as you take that left hand down to the earth, right hand sweeps up and over, coming into that classic side stretch, the other side. And just feel that, stay with that. Right sit bone melting down to the earth. Beautiful. Rib cage opening up. And then take that top arm, begin to reach it to the sky, and then slowly drape it down. Bring that palm facing out, that hand into the lower back. Inhale, open up that heart as you exhale, that heart to the sky. Breathing in all that world, all that life, the good, the bad, the scary, the sad. Beautiful. Sweep that arm back up to the sky. And then bring this palm into your heart center. Grow long on the inhale, belly draws in, and then a little slight twist here as you kind of bow down to that left knee. 2 breaths. Again, just go in, notice what arises. 1 breath. And then slowly that top arm reaches back up, and this time the bottom arm reaches up. And then we're going to turn the palms out, brush out, open up that heart. Fingertips come slightly behind us and down onto the earth. And we're going to shift back and take these legs, soles of the feet come onto the earth. Take your time. If you feel some stiffness in the hips and knees, so do I, right? So just allow a little gentle movement here. Good. And then just maybe the feet come a little bit wider. So just find what's right for you. Take a nice inhale, take the knees over to the right. So I'm going to shift my hips the opposite way and then let the knees dip down. A little bit of that 90 and 90 and let the belly lift up, the heart open. Gaze can go over that left shoulder and maybe the chin dips down a little bit. And again, just feel the space, top hip, this hip flexor, this psoas. Beautiful. 1 more breath. And then slow, bring the feet back through to center. Take your time as you move your body. Shift the hips a little bit to the left, to the right, and take the knees over to the left. And shift again, 90 and 90 or somewhere in that. For the legs, heart opens, gaze over that right shoulder, and then maybe just down, just to kind of relax into it, not force it. Top knee kind of melting down to the earth, the hip flexor up into that psoas, the heart opens. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Now, slow coming back, bringing these feet back onto the earth. And we're going to sit nice and tall here. So keep the knees bent, sit bones down onto the earth. Sit tall, let the hands come behind the knees. And then from here, we're going to tuck the chin and round, kind of sitting back a little bit. And just breathe into those shoulder blades. And just bowing that chin down. The weight shifts back, but with the hands behind the knees, there's that nice sweet balance. Play with it, make it yours. Trust yourself. 2 more breaths. Each exhale, just letting you drop in. And again, 1 more breath. Perfect. Lift the belly button to support the movement of the spine. We come back up. Now from here, we're going to go forward, drawing the belly button towards the thighs. And then let the head go here. Option, you might take and find the fingertips behind the knees, the wrists, maybe even the elbows. Take a breath and exhale. Nice stretch of the back, not forceful. Lower back, hips. Breathing in, breathing out. Notice again the thoughts in the mind and just be with them, the emotions, the feelings. As we bow in, kind of hugging ourselves. 1 more breath here. And again, really important, lift the belly button. So that means core lifting up, tuck the chin and slowly come back up. And from here, we're going to cross the legs again. Notice your habitual cross and now move to the other leg, right? So hopefully now we're switching, bringing the opposite leg in front and then reestablish that seat. Bring these arms reach up to the sky. Go ahead, fingertips again. They're going to come into the back of our neck or the base of our skull. Heart is going to open, but this time we're going to tuck the belly button in, softly tuck the chin, and then elbows are going to reach a little bit towards each other, and you're just getting that nice space at the back of the neck. Don't force, please don't pull on your head. We're going to take a few breaths here, so let gravity open you up. Feels good, all the way up the back of the spine. Into those shoulder blades that we breathed into earlier. Beautiful. Now lift the belly button in and up. Slowly begin to roll yourself up and let those elbows open up. Heart opens. Perfect. From here, right arm reaches up to the sky. That left hand comes behind you, fingertips, right? Lift onto those fingertips. Cross that right hand to that left knee. Grow long, inhale. And then take this twist as you exhale. Belly draws in and up. Heart opens to this. Let that chin just again slightly dip down towards that left shoulder. Nice space, nice breath into that right neck and shoulder. Good. Just 2 more breaths here. 1 more. Just connect, feel. And then ever so slowly coming back through, reaching both arms up to the sky. Both arms come up. And then that left hand crosses to that right knee, that right hand sweeps behind. Grow long, inhale, belly draws in, and the twist begins at the waist, the ribs, the heart, the shoulder. Beautiful, find it for you. Notice where you're gripping and containing and see if you can soften and just breathe into what you feel. Let your heart be open to that, not closed to that. Not angry in a closed way, but just feel these emotions. Dip that chin down towards that right shoulder, breathing into that space. right neck, right shoulder. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then from here, very slowly, we're going to begin to lift that chin up and then sweep the arms back up to the sky. Get some nice big reach here, sides of the body. And we're going to take these palms, turn them out, and then brush the side walls. Bring these fingertips behind us. Yeah, so they reach a little bit back, fingertips down onto the earth. Heart opens. Lift the chest here. Take a breath. Inhale. And then this time, keep the fingertips back. Draw the belly in and just tuck in a little bit. So opening up these hip creases. Nice. Inhale, grow long, open up that heart again. Belly draws in, exhale, just rounding a little bit of that kind of cat-cow back, but not as big. 1 more here. Inhale, heart opens, lengthening the spine. And exhale, tuck the chin, round it. Beautiful. From here, we're going to move to tabletop, hands and knees. So you might find you can walk out over the knees and just kind of roll over, or whatever it is for you, just wrap the legs around, find tabletop. Make it yours, don't judge it. And as you arrive, just rock the hips a little bit side to side. Good, and then from here, curl the right toes under, just the right toes. Lift the chest into that cow on this move, just the right toes, heart lifts, cow back. Good. Now, slowly roll into that cat back. Yeah, keep the right toes curled under. And then from here, sit back towards that right heel, just the right heel. Notice how it feels. Hands might walk out or forearms might stay onto the earth. And you don't have to go too low. Again, the limitation may be your knee and it may be your feet, but don't overreact to it. Just acknowledge that. For me, it's my knee that limits me from going so deep. So just honoring what I feel, not being forceful, not ignoring it. Noticing what arises. 1 more breath here. Beautiful. Coming back up, tabletop. Releasing those right toes, placing the top of that foot down onto the earth as you curl the left toes, move into that cow, heart opens, tail lifts, just those left toes curled under. And then slowly tuck the tail, lift the belly button in and up. Tuck the chin and round into that back, into that cat. Toes stay curled under. And then sit back towards that left heel. So as you sit back, that left sit bone kind of drops down to the heel. Different side. Arms can be out in front or forearms down onto the earth. And just notice what you feel. And again, so much arising from these months, these weeks, these days. Try not to change anything, but just be present here. Beautiful. 1 more breath. Love it. And then slowly coming back up, tabletop position. Release the left toes. And from here, we're going to take and bring the knees wide, toes towards each other, and settle back into a full child's pose. No toes turned under. Arms can be reaching out in front if that feels okay on the shoulders, or just bring those forearms down and just find a little movement here. You don't have to go so low, right? Make it about your body, acknowledging what you feel physically, mentally, spiritually. Breathing in, breathing out, just letting the muscles release here. Inner thighs, outer hips, lower back. 1 more breath here. And we're going to walk these hands over to the right. So again, maybe it's a big reach for some of you. Maybe it's a little closer and softer. Whatever it is, just Allow yourself to do it slowly and connected. You might place that left palm on top of the right. Sit that left sit bone back towards that left heel. And if that feels too much, just uncross it and just be right where it needs to be for you. Whatever that emotion, whatever that sensation is, honor it. Beautiful, one more breath. Now we're gonna take this right arm and we're just gonna slide it kind of underneath that left armpit. Don't overdo. So, and just allow these arms to be slightly crossed and then just kind of sit back down to it. We're not twisting. We're just kind of feeling a little bit of a stretch now into the back of the right shoulder. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Slowly release that right hand and then walk back to center. And then at center, we're going to come up, hands and knees, just for a moment, just to give those knees, those hips a little break. And then slide back down. And I should say, if you'd like, take and slide one of those rolled towels behind the knees, right? You can take it behind both knees and it'll just support the shape a little bit more if you need that, for sure. Walk the hands over to the left, reaching maybe that right arm long or maybe a little softer. You might even place that right palm on top of the left. Right sit bone sitting back into that right heel. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, from here, we're going to take that left hand and we're just going to slide it underneath that right arm and just let your forehead kind of melt down onto the earth. The more you walk that left arm over, the more you'll feel into that left shoulder. Don't overdo. Good, 1 more breath here. Beautiful, and then slowly coming back, walking back to center. You might slide if you put something behind your knees out. And come back up, tabletop, knees come underneath the hips. And then from here, we're going to take and curl both toes under. You can always slide blocks under your hands. We're going to move into a downward facing dog. So lifting the knees off the earth, sit bone spread behind you. Feet, let them be a little bit wider and just pedal a little bit. So bend one knee, lift the heel and lengthen the opposite leg. And then come through, bend the opposite knee, lift the heel and extend the other leg. Beautiful. And then from here, lift both heels off the earth and then sit back into both heels. Good, breathing in and breathing out. Very slowly from here, we're going to bring these knees back down to the earth. Hands and knees, tabletop position. Taking this right leg, we're going to reach it out behind, so get some length from the crown of the head to that right heel. And then bend that right knee and just make some small, slow, connected circles at that hip. And then switch, send them the other way. Nice circles. Beautiful, take that leg long. And then from here, we're gonna bring that foot and slide it between the hands. So take your time setting it up. You can also help that foot there, right? Don't judge it. You can always slide these blocks underneath the hands as well. Taking that support from the earth. Right? Bend into that right knee, lean forward slightly, not collapsing, long spine, heart is open. Just feel that space. And then from here, keep that tail, let that tail tuck a little bit, and as you do, let that head bow. And just breathe into the back of the body, the shoulder blades, the neck. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Beautiful. Begin to lengthen that spine, lifting the gaze. Hands slide up to the top of that right knee. Lift your heart. Shoulders over the hips. Gaze out in front. And from here, taking that left arm, reach it up to the sky. And crossing it to the outside of that right knee. And that right hand, bring it to your hip. Lengthen, and then take this little twist here. Don't overdo. Eyes move slowly. Love it. Place that right hand onto your heart center. And then just bow in ever so slight. Watch your balance. Notice what arises. Pausing here. Just, again, feeling all the feelings. Beautiful. And then as we release, hands come down to those blocks. And we're going to extend this right leg long. Take a breath. Let that right sit bone reach back, left hip reaching slightly forward, and melt over that leg. Just bow down. Listen to your breath today. Feel that length into the back of the leg, that length through the spine, down into the heart. One more breath here. Love it. And then slowly bending that knee, coming forward. And from here, we're going to take that right foot, and we're going to step it back. So same thing, you might come into that downward dog. You have the blocks under your hands if you're using them. Or you might slide into that child's pose again. So take what's right for you. Find that energy that's right for you. Notice how you feel. Acknowledge your emotions. Acknowledge instead of releasing it and not feeling it. Take another breath wherever you are. Beautiful. Bring the knees slowly down to the earth. And same thing, but other side, we're going to take that left foot, slide it forward. Maybe you have those blocks underneath the hands, leaning forward here. Long spine to start, shoulders down away from the ears. Heart is open. Tuck the tail a little bit under so you're lifting the pubic bone. And then just let that head go. And just bow your forehead, bow your head. Breathe into the shoulder blades. And as we pause each time in this practice today, just notice what you feel. Whether it be sadness, whether it be joy, anger, fear, whatever it is, just see it. One more breath. Beautiful. Lift the gaze and begin to slide those hands to the top of that left knee. Shoulders come over the hips. And same thing, a little bit of the tuck of that tail. Heart is opening. Right arm reaches up to the sky. And then cross it over to the outside of that left knee. And left hand, bring it to your hip. Lengthen through that spine and begin to take this twist, opening up that heart. Inhales and exhales. Good. One more breath in this twist. Beautiful. And take that left hand, just place it onto your heart center. And then just slow, a little bit of a tuck of the chin, a little bit of just a nod of the head. Focus, feel the energy in the legs, keeping you balanced. Notice as you pause into these very kind of humbling poses, how it feels, what arises. Beautiful. Slide the hands down to the earth or the blocks and extend that left leg long. Massaging into it. So that left sit bone reaches back, the right hip reaches a little more forward. Let go, melt over that leg. Stay with the breath. One more breath here, a nice long, even breaths. And then slow, as we come back up, we're going to slide this left foot back onto the earth. But this time we're going to lift that right knee up. And then step forward, take your time, and let that space between the feet be a little bit wider. Slide the hands to the thighs, get that half lift, long spine, shoulders away from the ears. And then let the hands just slide behind those knees, bend the knees a little bit, and begin to let that belly and chest drape down onto the thighs. Hands might slide down behind the ankles. And same thing, you might find the fingertips, you might find the wrists, you might find the elbows, depending on how wide your feet are, of course. And just let yourself drape here. Let the head go. And again, tap into the breath. Let the breath guide you. Stay focused. Stay connected to all that is right here, right now. Beautiful. And then softly release the hands. And just let yourself hang here. So get a little bit of length and then redrape yourself, yeah? Maybe opposite elbows, maybe arms just dangle long. And then come into stillness for 3 breaths. 2. Stay for this breath. Beautiful. Soften the knees a little bit. Lift the belly and root to rise. Take your time, coming all the way up. And at the top, bring those palms together at the top. And hands come into your heart center and just bowing in here. Inhales and exhales. And again, inhale and exhale. Keep the feet a little bit wider. Sweep these arms up to the sky. We're going to take these fingertips into the neck again. Into the neck or base of skull. Lift the belly button and open up that heart. Nothing forceful, a little bit of that back bend, but from the belly button lifting in and up, that heart opening. Good, 2 more breaths. 1 more. Beautiful. Take the arms, reach them up to the sky. Come long in the spine again, so a little tuck of the pelvic floor. And then bring the hands back to the heart center. Feet are going to come underneath you, so a little bit, kind of like an inch or 2 apart. And from here, we're going to sit into a chair pose. So bend the knees, doesn't need to be really deep, right? So just bend the knees, let the weight shift a little bit back into the heels, toes. They might even lift off the earth. You can always play with that. And then from here, take these arms. We're going to reach them behind us. And as you do, let the heart open. Maybe you sit a little bit lower, but not forceful. Just, again, notice what arises. Notice the sensations, especially in this pose, Utkatasana, this chair pose. And if it feels okay, maybe you interlace the hands behind you, roll the shoulders down the back of the body. There's your breath for 2 more. Don't force it. You can always do this from standing. 1 more. Beautiful. From here, push out of the feet. Notice the hands can stay wrapped behind you, heart opens. Take your breath. Inhales and exhales. 1 more. Beautiful. Release those hands down alongside your body. We're going to take this right foot and we're going to step it back. So you can take a little couple steps to settle in. And then from here, let the toes on that back foot be turned to around 2 o'clock, I kind of say, and the feet can be a little bit wider, and open up that heart. Take these arms up to the sky. This is that warrior one. Bend into that left knee, shoulders down the back of the body. Take a nice breath here. Inhale, and then exhale. Again, inhale, and then exhale. Beautiful. Now I'm going to give a couple of options here, especially with the shoulders and also with balance. So we can take that inhale, grow long. All of us, just to start, take these hands, reach them behind us. So same little shape we did, arms reach back, heart opens. So from there, you might find the hands interlace behind you and you keep opening, opening, opening that heart, but not with force, with connection. Or you might move from here, bringing the hands to the top of that left knee, sliding forward a little bit. If your hands are back here, begin to reach long, moving into that humble warrior. So whatever it is, two different shapes, but the same action. All of us letting our head go. Hands either on the thighs or behind you. Don't force those shoulders. So maybe those hands down on the thigh is better. Let that head go as we just bow down. Find that focus. Eyes might be open to keep that nice balance. Good. One more breath. Perfect. And then slowly from here, we're going to lift back up. Take your time. Beautiful. And we're going to open to a warrior two. So as we do, the legs open up a little bit more. That back foot, the toes open up. Arms can be out in front. Yeah, we're working the legs a little bit. I want you to observe, acknowledge the sensation of them. Good. One more breath. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to take and bring that front forearm down to the top of that leg. And this back arm reaches up to the sky. And then bring that hand into your heart. Good. And just open up that heart. It's ever so slight. Lots of legs. Nothing locked. Eyes might be open or closed. One more breath. You've got this. Beautiful. And then reach back. Warrior two. Ooh, these legs. And then from here, turn these left toes in. So you're in that nice wide stance here. Beautiful. Take a nice inhale. Reach the arms up to the sky. And then palms together. Soften the knees. Fold through the center line. Take your time today. Again, as you just bow down. Hands might find the props, the blocks, or the mat. Shift the feet slightly. Really let that head go. You can also take opposite elbows again. Whatever it is for you. Breathing in, breathing out. Just stay with the breath. Two more. One more. Love it. And then ever so slowly, we're going to lift back up. And we're going to soften those knees. And we're going to take these hands, bring them to our hips. Lift up. Take your time, let the blood flow slowly. Revisit balance. Pause. Perfect. Now we're going to move to the back of our mat. So we're going to take this back foot, and we're going to turn it out, bending that knee. And this other foot, we're going to take and turn it into that warrior one. So shift, take that time. Yeah, let the feet be a little bit wider. So in the stance, not the length, for balance. And then gaze out. And take these arms up to the sky. Here's that warrior one again, other side. And just feel back foot to fingertip energy. I love that. Heart remains open, shoulders relax. One more breath. Legs are working. Remember, they're not forcing, but they're working. And then from here, we're going to take these arms and we're going to begin to drape them, opening up that heart. Arms first. Pause here. Let them reach behind, open the heart, shoulders down away from the ears. And you might then take these hands and wrap them interlace. Keep switching that interlace behind you. Or you might bring the hands down onto the top of that thigh, that right thigh. Take a breath, grow long for all of us. And then melt forward, but let that head slowly release. Again, and hands can be behind or onto that thigh. Push from that back foot forward and just pause here. Eyes might be open for that balance. Good. Notice what arises. Lift the belly button in and up. Eyes open as you begin to lift yourself up. And then sweep the arm, warrior two. Let the stance come a little bit longer. It should feel good to shift, get the leg muscles into a different space. Good. One more breath here. And then moving, that forearm comes down onto that front thigh, and that top arm reaches up to the sky and over. Pause into that, strong legs. And then bring that hand into your heart center. Good, pause. You might just bow in slightly, watch your balance. Good, and then as we come back up, warrior two. Turn the front toes in. We're gonna take these arms up to the sky, palms together. Soften the knees, pull through that heart center. Should feel sweet just to let go. Make it yours. Again, hands onto a prop or onto the earth. Let the breath guide you. Let it release you. Let it soften you. Good. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Love it. This time we're going to walk our hands back round to the front. Roll to the ball of that back foot and bring that knee down. Yeah, back where we started. And then let that left foot slide back, and here are those options. Slide right into that child. We're all going to meet there or come into a downward dog, last dog. Notice what's right for you and honor that. Good. 2 more breaths wherever you are. 1 more breath. Perfect. If you're in that child's pose, stay with it. If you're in that dog, bring these knees down, release the toes, and slide into that child. We all melt down. Let's let yourself go. Find the breath here, strong, even, connected breath. Not letting that breath be short and tense, just letting it support whatever you feel. And then from here, slowly, we're going to come up. As we do, we're going to roll up, getting that spine into that cat pose. Take your time, breathing into the back of the body. But we're going to keep going forward. Maybe we walk the hands a little bit more forward as we move towards a plank pose, and just shift. Yeah, notice, get those hands kind of underneath the shoulders. Let the heart open, bend the elbows, and just lower down all the way. Should feel really nice. And then bring these forearms down onto the earth and let the elbow be underneath the shoulders, right? So there's a nice kind of 90 degree, which actually lifts you up, right? So you're not shoulders back, elbows back and down like this. You're getting a lift. Palms are down onto the mat. We're going to begin to lift the belly button in and up, but let that heart go forward. Let the shoulders melt away from the ears. Push into the tops of the feet. Draw the hands back as if you're kind of pulling them back towards your toes. Feel that nice space into the heart center. And then option here, slow. Stay lifting with that belly, that navel. You might let that head release. This Sphinx pose with that bowed head. One more breath. Beautiful. Now, lift the head back up, gaze out in front. Option here, just stay for a few more breaths in this Sphinx or lower down to your belly and rest there. Or you might find that you have the space to extend the arms a little bit. So you might walk them out a little bit further. Open up the heart, shoulders melt down the back of the body. Be really mindful. Don't overdo. This is really about opening up the heart, stretching the front of the body. One more breath if you're here. And then slowly we all lower all the way down to the earth. Breathing there. Let the body be in neutral. Let all the muscles of the back relax. If you need, if it feels right, you might rock the tail a little bit. And just take 2 more breaths here. Beautiful, and then slowly we're going to roll over onto our backs. As you roll onto your back, let the knees bend. Let the soles of the feet be on the earth. Let that heart be open. So take the time to spread the shoulder blades in the back of the body. Beautiful. And then let the feet widen, almost to the width of your mat. And then same thing like we started. Take the knees over to, from me, the left. You can go whichever direction you like. And let that top thigh, that top hip relax. Let that top knee melt down to the earth. Arms can be out to a T. And just take a few breaths here again. Just allowing all the muscles of the body to soften. Allowing the mind to just feel whatever you're feeling. Feel the breath, listen to the breath. One more here. And then bringing the feet back through, knees back up towards the sky. And we're going to take the knees to the opposite direction. So from me to the right, you can go whatever direction that is your opposite. A little bit of that 90 and 90 on the legs. Top leg, where can you relax, letting that knee melt down towards the earth, but it doesn't have to touch. Just take a pause, just breathe into your body. Whatever emotion or mix of emotions you may feel. And then slowly bring the soles of the feet back onto the earth. We're going to take these feet, bring them underneath our knees. And this is a great place to bring in your towel or your blanket or even a block if you have one. Just have it close by. We're going to just lift ourselves, peel our lower back off the earth, coming into this bridge pose, feeling the knees reaching forward, the front of the hips opening, the heart opening. Option here, you can always take those hands, interlace them underneath you, walking the shoulder blades slightly together and opening up that heart. Neck is long but not forced. Just breathe. Or hands just stay down alongside your body. That's where I'm going to be. Good. Now, take a breath here. Inhale. And then slowly lower down. Take your time. Tuck the tail. Beautiful. From here, as you arrive, let all the muscles of your back soften and relax. And then you might find that blanket, that towel, the block, and lift back up towards that bridge and slide it right under, sort of with the base of the spine, and then allow yourself to, that feels so good, settle in there. Yeah, just allow that lower back to come in to the support. Yeah. And then pause there. And then from here, we're going to take both knees, draw them into your chest, and feel free, since I'm not there to adjust you, feel free to take and kind of shimmy that support in a place that feels good to you. It's meant to be helpful, right? To kind of ease some of that movement. Knees can draw into the chest. You might even reach them a little bit wider as if you're coming into that child's pose, but it's on the back. Let the heart remain open. And then from here, you might draw the knees in, interlace the fingers, and just give yourself a nice little kind of hug into this ball here. Take your breath. And then as you release from that ball, we're going to take that left foot, bring it down onto the earth, extend that right leg long, hands come behind that leg, and just circle that ankle one direction. And then switch, circling the other direction. Nice. And then from here, cross that right ankle over that left knee, and you might draw that left knee in and wrap the hands behind, or you might keep that left foot onto the earth and take that kind of number 4, as we call it, this way. So 2 options, foot on the earth or hands behind that leg. Relax the neck. Let that elbow maybe draw into the inner right knee. Beautiful. 2 more breaths here. One more breath. And then slide that left foot down onto the earth. Slide that right foot down onto the earth. Left leg comes in. And then slide the hands behind it as you extend it long. Support this extended leg and circle at that ankle one direction. And then the other direction. Perfect. And then from here, here's that option. You can cross that left ankle over the knee, keeping that right foot down on the earth. You might slide that right knee in, cross the ankle, and come into it that way. Smooth, soft, relax into it. Notice the sensations, and I stretch into that left hip. That heart is open. Love it. And then as we release, slide that right foot down to the earth, slide that left foot down. Lift up and slide that support out from behind your sacrum. Rock the knees a little bit gently. And then begin to walk the legs long. And you can always slide that support underneath the knees if you like. And shift those shoulder blades so they open up. Let the palms face up and arms down alongside the body. Take a nice inhale here. Exhale out through the mouth. And just let go of all. Just be with yourself right here, right now. Taking this Shavasana, this space of you, this earth, this breath. And just letting yourself be here. All that is. Beautiful. You can stay here longer, of course, taking more of that practice of Shavasana in, maybe for 5 more minutes. Or you might roll over to your side and just wrap yourself up into that fetal position. Just giving yourself that love, that care, that acknowledgement. And then taking your time, lifting yourself up, finding that seat. And as we find our seat, just bring these hands down again onto this heart center and bow in. And again, letting all these emotions that you may feel, letting them be seen, letting them be heard. Not trying to change anything or judge anything or solve anything, but just supporting them with love, with kindness, with practice. Take an inhale as you lift your hands in Anjali Mudra. Exhale out through the mouth. And inhale for Om. Namaste. Thank you so much, my friends. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. I hope you have a beautiful Sunday. And I'll see you throughout the week. Be well. Peace, peace, peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.